Hi everyone, it's Tiffany. I am back in The Sims 4 with our Rainbow Townhome Speed Build series. I'm so glad you're back or joining us for the first time. If you missed the red build, go check out the previous video. But today we're working on the orange build. So basically, if you don't know what's going on, hopefully the title and the thumbnail says it all, but we're making a series of townhomes here, each colored in a different color, right? But it's not like for instance, orange, everything. It's orange is the base color for everything, but you have accent colors and everything, whatever. Anyway, the style, let's talk about the styling. I kind of did whatever. Just literally whatever. I kind of was going for more island with the orange because I thought the wood was really working here. And then I kind of thought like ranch, but then I'm like, you know what? Something is not working. And I was actually streaming. I do stream on YouTube my builds when I am doing a lengthy build so that, you know, I have some help and some of the viewers can get a little sneak peek. But my viewers suggested that I should switch it over to Art Deco. So spoiler alert, I do in fact switch it over to Art Deco themed for the outside. So if you know anything about me, I feel like I'm a broken record saying this, but this is for the new folks, you know? If you know, I don't typically like this whole thing is not going to be Art Deco themed, right? So the outside is a very much Art Deco themed and the inside is kind of like whatever. Like whatever works. I did try to get a handful of Art Deco stuff, but I was just mainly focusing on the color. But also, I like the freedom of just doing whatever I want. So it'll be a while here until I ultimately decide that this isn't working. I mean, here is where I decided it's not working, is I didn't want just like a bright orange random house. I kind of wanted a theme to it because the first one kind of gave industrial, right? Of course, the inside isn't really industrial, but the exterior gave a theme. And I kind of do that going forward, and it kind of gets a little bit more extreme with the theme. But here's where we finally just settled on the Art Deco, and I did a lot of high school years here because that was very heavy on the Art Deco theming. And I couldn't decide on a door there, so ultimately we did decide, don't worry. But both of those were really good for front doors. But anyway, I went pretty simple with just this like peach instead of like a bright orange, right? And I think it looks so cute. I love the peach color. I was a little worried I was getting a little bit more on the pink side of things, but I think we did all right. I think so. Of course, I had changed the fencing back because we're not doing the wood theme anymore. And I kind of wanted the same size porch as the other place, so I just kind of copied it and then changed it up a little bit. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to do what I wanted to do with the back porch because it was smaller. I didn't want to connect it to the other back porch. You can see there's a space right there, right? I wanted it to be smaller and not connect because if we connected it, then it kind of just, I don't know, like, and then they don't get the separate fences, if that makes any sense to you. You'd basically be sharing a fence with your neighbor, right? And while that happens on the front, that's okay on the front, but the back, I wanted them to have like a fully enclosed space with just their fence, right? Another thing, sorry, side note, I did decide to do 3 stories for this one. This is the only one that actually is 3 stories, but I didn't want to make a fully decked out home. So I made the 3rd story into an attic, which I love the look of. We'll obviously get to that soon, but it turned out so good because I really wanted all of these different sizes and it just turns out so great. But anyway, back to what I was talking about with the back porch. I wanted it to be its own enclosed space with the full fence. Plus I wanted a little bit of divide. I didn't really want them to be back to back or side to side with their neighbor in terms of fencing. So anyway, I also had to figure out how I wanted them to get to the attic because I didn't really want stairs. And a lot of folks, I mean, I would think most folks, I know there's some that do have stairs, but mostly everybody has a pull down ladder. Am I wrong? Every house I've ever been in, my own houses, my friends' houses, whoever, have always had a pull down like from the ceiling with the little ladder. But let me know if you have stairs in the comments down below. So I wanted to do the ladder, so I did like a little separate room upstairs. Anyway, Definitely went heavy on the peach because, it's orange, it's orangey. We love it. It might be a little sore on the eyes, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said at the beginning, I didn't want to do like orange on orange on orange and orange. But at the same time, there were a lot of good swatches, so I did move forward with a lot of the orange. But we obviously have like white floors and different color things. Now, the white floors were a choice as well because it really makes it bright with the white and the peach. It's very bright. And I love it. It looks great. Would I live in this house? I don't know. I probably would have to change the walls. Fun story, when I moved into my parents, well, my family, we moved when I was like older, like I think I had just turned 18 or something. So I technically wasn't like gonna be at the house much longer, but they gave me like a really nice room in the new house, and they told me for the first time I was allowed to paint it whatever I wanted it to be. And I know normally, like these days, a lot of kids are allowed to paint their rooms. I was not. I had to have white walls my entire life. But anyway, we got to move, and I painted one half of my room a really, really beautiful sky blue, and the other half of my room was a very, very beautiful peach orange color, right? Ended up driving me insane. Like, actually, I just couldn't take it anymore. And a couple of years later, I was like, I have to paint over this orange. So I made it white. And like now, I'm like, I live in a house that's white again. I'm not a huge color person. Like, I like a good accent wall, but that was too much for me. It drove me crazy. Anyway, let's focus back on the build. It was honestly, I wonder if that was the shade that's actually the shade of the walls in the kitchen in this build are pretty much that orange color I was talking about. Anyway, I loved making this attic because I was able to use the basement treasure kit, which I haven't used a ton of because it's very niche, obviously. But it was really, really fun to be able to use all of this stuff, and I kind of made it into somewhat of a hangout, right? So I don't know. Maybe some people can come out here, teenagers can come upstairs and hang out if they want to. I don't know. It's just kind of like thrown in there, but also kind of organized in a certain way. All right, and then we're back on the white, and I was just like, I cannot have more white in here. And I just went with the cream, which is pretty much the same. It's just the peach and the white mixed together. I don't know. Anyway, I tried. I hope you guys end up liking this. This build will be available on the gallery to download probably by the end of this series. So I have built all of the townhomes already. Every one of the rainbow townhomes have been built as of right now. I didn't want to release the series until I actually had finished it, but I don't think I'll put it up on the gallery until the series is actually all posted on YouTube. But it was an exciting build. Also, right there, you'll notice I didn't fully put the fence across the way because it didn't work out. Like, was it clipped the roof in or something? Was that it? I think so. Anyway, I definitely needed some decor on the outside, so I decided to put those little roof thingies. What are those called? Awnings? Awnings? Is that what it's called? Anyway, definitely wanted to get some dining in here. The living room space was, while I had a lot more space than I usually do when I build living rooms, it's a problem for me. I tend to make them too small. It was just like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a weird space, but it was like a thick space, right? So I could put the couch where the couch is now. It'd be fine there. But also, if I put a TV on the other side, it'd just be so far away. I don't know. It was just a little weird. But anyway, I was trying to decide between those two tables. I really did love the peach option, but I was like, this is too much peach. We have to stop. Like, this is the point where I was like, we're literally doing peach and white, peach and white, peach and white, everything. I need to get some more colors in here. So I did, obviously do brown, which isn't much better, I guess. But I tried to get something else in here with the carpets. But this rug right there, the leaf rug, was perfect. It was a perfect way to put more green into this build. So I had like a peach, white, and green theme kind of thing going on, and it ended up just looking so good. And I needed to use that picture I just put up of that Sim in his undies, and it's just amazing. It looks wonderful in this build. I'm obsessed with it. Oh man. Anyway, I know I'm kind of flipping the camera all over the place, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to get a little bit better with my speed builds. I just get very scattered. I suffer from mild ADHD. So I'm like easily distracted. And I'm just like, oh, I can put this up there. Oh, I gotta put this over here. Oh, wait. This is this. I need to stop and I need to focus. It would be a good situation for me to potentially like cut it up a lot more. I know that's like the new thing for builds, is just to cut it up and kind of do little snippets, which honestly I don't love because you can't see the whole process and you can't see it like form into a home. I really do love speed builds, but I know some people don't love speed builds. Anyway, I'm a big fan. I really wanted to do some kind of divider here in between the houses, so like, you know, with the flooring cutaway or the terrain paint cutaway, it wasn't as like defined. I don't know if I ended up putting anything there though, because it had to be something that they could both share, you know? So I think I ended up leaving it blank. And while I realized this and going forward, all of these mailboxes and all of these garbage cans won't necessarily be accessible. These two should be. Actually, I don't know about the first one, but this one should be accessible. The mailbox, maybe not. I don't know. But I say that because we're gonna have 6 red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yeah, 6 houses, and there's an opportunity. For one lot, you don't need a mailbox for each house, you know, because it'll all ultimately go to one mailbox. So it's kind of just like, it's fine if you just have one functional one. So the mailboxes were pretty much for decoration, if I'm honest. Anyway, I didn't know what to do with that backside behind the couches because like I said, this was like too thick and I didn't want the couches to be that far away from like the TV/fireplace. So I put a cat tree back there, but I do change that around a little bit and I change it around a little bit and a little bit in a minute. I still keep the cat tree, but I ended up putting in, I think, a bookshelf or a desk or something. Actually, I don't even remember. But I felt like it was just too blank in the back and I had no idea what to use back there. So anyway, we'll get to that. I'm jumping ahead. But I do love, like, it was such a meant to be moment with that rug being like that same peachy color and then having green, and it really brought me to that green color. And I think the living room turned out a lot better, like, since I didn't have to use cream couches or whatever. Anyway, this was also a good opportunity to put in a desk because we didn't have a desk. I didn't keep that there though. You can see I changed it. I guess I must have cut that part out, or there was a moment in some of these builds, or some moments in some of these builds, where I just like thought I was recording and I wasn't. This was a whole project. I enjoyed it so very much. And if you guys have any other ideas for themed builds, let me know in the comments. I tend to do every so often for my members. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, check the link down below, and there's also a join button. But for my members, we have I sometimes use their comments if they comment on the builds, but I have a spin wheel with a style selection spin wheel and a color selection spin wheel. So I'll spin it and say I get suburban, contemporary, and pink. So it would make a suburban, contemporary, pink home. So it'd be much like this, but, you know, obviously much smaller scale. It's always a fun time over there. I love it. I love my members. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, by the way. It's a great time, and if you're interested in joining us over there, definitely check it out. But I just wanted to mention that because I have been doing a lot of themed color builds over there, more so than on the main part of the channel. Now, out of all of my builds, this bedroom is my favorite. I wasn't sure what it was going to be at first. I was just like, I really want it to be centered around this bed because they have that heart bed upstairs in the attic. So I thought like this was a good opportunity to make this into like a love struck bedroom, and I think it passed the check. I think it's really cool. It's really bold. The flooring, I was a little like, I don't know what to do with this flooring because everything else is so bold and dark, and then the flooring is just white, and I was just like, this isn't working. But I put in some carpets in hopes that it would look a lot better. Of course, we went with a lot of orange and a lot of black. Those are just the main colors in here. And honestly, it is a lot of orange, but I really, really love it. It just looks amazing. And I definitely wanted to do more of a covered curtain, even though I wanted to do those bead curtains at the same time. It just wasn't working now. But this was so cute. This is definitely, like I said, my favorite room of the house. And my favorite room probably out of all of the builds in this rainbow speed build series. I did choose to make this into a nursery because it was a really small room. It was either going to be a nursery or a bathroom, but we already have the bathroom on the one side, which I should have swapped them because the bathrooms, when I make them the 2x3 instead of the 3x2, if that makes any sense, I know it's the same size, but the door being on the 2 side versus the door being on the 3 side, when the door is on the 2 side, like this bathroom here, it's just a little harder to coordinate it and make it look good. I know I can cram things in and can make it work, but that's not exactly what I want. So I usually try to remember to make it a 3x2 instead, but of course for this one, I did not. Okay, so anyway, definitely crammed a lot of stuff in this room, so some of it might not be functional. Like, I don't know if they'll be able to use that and stuff. We'll see. You'll see. I still have to player test this. I will be player testing it before I put it on the gallery. I just wanted to player test all of them at once and make it a little bit easier. And we'll just go through everything. But yeah, it was a little like conflicting because I wasn't sure what the theme should be, but it was just a little bit of everything. It's just a little cutesy, peachy thing. Anyway, my favorite part, the bathroom. See how the door is just in the way? And then obviously you put the door on the other side. Like you can scoot it instead of having it in the middle like I just tried to do there, but it just still doesn't. It's not great. It's not great. I don't even remember what I did here to make it work. I think I had to move the tub, right? Or maybe I just did this. Yeah, you can see I sat there for a minute. I was like, what do I even do here? This is going to drive me crazy. So I tucked everything back as much as I possibly could. So you can see I was just in the way. It's just not ideal. Plus, I hate putting towels over the toilet. It's just like I would never want to do that in real life. So it just bothers me. I wanted to do a different color rug, but I wasn't sure because I wanted to do kind of like gold to do something different other than white or peach, of course. This room, oh my gosh, I wanted to use wallpaper. I wanted to use that carpet, but that carpet doesn't have a bed match. Like, are you serious? Why is that even a thing? I don't understand why that carpet doesn't have a bed match. Like, it's literally basically the same pattern. Basically, not really, but kind of, you know? So I don't know. It's kind of like I need to choose either this bed or I need to choose the carpet or I just need to do something different. So I did something different. I'm just trying to find a bed that had orange in it. And we went with this because it matched that blue. And again, you know, going back, trying to find colors other than orange to kind of break it up a little bit more was crucial. But the blue really did make it look great. It might have been a little bit more blue on an orange-based home than one would like, but I think it ended up being pretty cool. Now, of course, with the bedrooms, I like to try to make a little reading nook. I like to try to make a desk area, a dresser, and a nightstand, and a bed, of course. I don't think this build had a desk. I'm actually confused. Like, I don't know. It might have a desk. We'll find out. I think it was just like a little awkward and it wasn't able to fit a desk, but maybe I did try to do it. I don't know. We'll see. So I did get the dresser, I did get the bed, and then I was kind of deciding at this point on a seating nook or if I wanted a reading nook versus a desk and possibly other activities. I just wasn't sure what would fit well in there. I did get to use a lot of those little LED sign picture art things. So cute. We love it. I did move a bunch of stuff around and I think I was able to get it to fit. Oh yeah, I had to swap it. So we did get a desk in there. We did not, I'm going to say we did not get a reading area, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. I'm pretty sure. I did put a couple activities in here, but of course, even if we don't have a reading nook, you can pull the chair over, or you can use your bed, or you can go out into one of the many other places that has reading areas. We have a lot of space, right? I did want to do a desk out here. So we, also, I guess you saw in the beginning, but I neglected to talk about the ladder up to the attic has the hidden door, which shout out to my live stream viewers at the time. They gave me that idea because I didn't want it to be an arch. I didn't want it to be a door. I wanted it to be hidden and I forgot all about that door and it was just a perfect addition, right? Anyway, this is one of those awkward shaped upstairs landing areas that I didn't know what to do with. And I trap myself all the time with these because I'm like, man, what, like, I wanted to originally just be like, I'll throw a couch up here, I'll throw a TV up here, but honestly, like, no, it wouldn't fit right and it'd look weird. So luckily that keyboard fit there very well, and obviously we have the desk, so it's just like a very simple landing, nothing too fancy. And then, of course, I wanted to put more cat supplies in because I forgot about that. I was like, oh, well, we have a cat tree, but we don't have bowls, we don't have beds, we don't have a litter box. So I had to get those in there. I'm not sure what else we do here. I think we're just adding on finishing touches with the pictures and everything. And of course, we'll be hopping over to take a tour of the house. So let's go see it all finished up. All right, you guys, here we are getting ready to look at the build. There's a sneak peek of the yellow build coming soon over there. So anyway, we have a pretty simple front area, and then we have the little fountain and the trash can and just the usual stuff. All right, walking in, we're about to see, ta-da, everything. Oh my gosh, no, I should have put something there. Was there not a window there? Now I'm concerned. I think I need to put a window there. I thought there was one there. I don't know what happened. Maybe it got deleted, or maybe it never existed. I'm going to do that though, don't worry. So here is the little entryway. I'm going to scoot over into the bathroom first, since it's right here. I do love this type of layout sometimes, just because there's a nice bathroom conveniently located right here, right when you walk in. But yeah, it's nice and cute and colorful. We love it, but also simple. You know, you have the white. All right, moving over here. I feel like you can see everything from here, so we don't really need to move much. Uh-oh, got some lag. Sorry about that. We've got our beautiful painting there. We've got this wonderful seating area. I do love that. I love that that color just worked out. And then we have the kitchen. Not too much going on there. I'm going to take you outside, though. And we're going to just look off the little balcony area. It's very simple, just a nice little tanning spot. And then let's go back inside. Gonna just squeeze through this area right here. And then we'll go upstairs. La la la. And then there's curtains. I need to get that window in. Don't let me forget the window. But we have this landing area. Very cute. I do love the view. Also, I just realized the curtains are off, or maybe the window's off. Goodness, what's going on with the windows today? All right, we shall check out the nursery first. Here it is. Oh, it's just so precious. I love it. And then, of course, you'll have to take out quite a few things to put in like an actual crib instead of the bassinet. But really, really cute. And then going into this bathroom here. Nothing too fancy. I do love the pops of yellow in there. Going over to this bedroom here. This one's really beautiful. I do love it. I'm glad I went heavy on the blue with the orange. So cute. It does give me flashbacks of my old bedroom, but like not, because it wasn't painted like this. And then we'll go into this, my favorite bedroom. Look at this carpet. I remembered I started talking about that, and then I got distracted and I forgot to talk more about the floor change, but I did change it to black carpet. It's just so good. I would love this room. I don't know if I could like live the rest of my life in this room, but I would definitely love to have it in my house. And then we'll go up the ladder, which I realized I didn't paint in here. What did I even do? That's fine though. It's going up to the attic, so it doesn't really need to be finished. So we've got all of the stuff up here in the attic. Honestly, this attic is so cute, and it could like be transformed into more of a space as well. Well, there you have it, the finished orange townhome build. We are going on to yellow next, so stick around for that episode coming soon. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.